Hi peeps, yep, welcome to another vlog. I just want to say right at the start here, thanks very much for all the comments in my videos. They've been greatly appreciated. There's some fantastic, wonderful, supportive people out there. This one, I wanted to talk about the things that I would do differently in this van. The first one is, I think I have spoken about this before, is the bed. Now, I would definitely have it lower so there was less storage inside it, because I can't sit upright in it. I didn't think that was going to be a problem. It's not a massive problem. If I want to sit upright, I sit in the front, but it'd be nice to be able to sit in the back sometimes rather than having to just lay down, because else your head's bent over and it's not very comfortable. So that's one thing I'd change. Also, after having a look at loads of different people's vans on some of the Facebook groups I'm in 2 Facebook groups which are other people in small campers living full-time and part-time, and what they've done. And I like the idea of one, rather than one that's the whole length of the van, it's like a seat at the back with a little bit of storage out, and then it concertinas out, it folds out flat. And I thought, well, that gives you more room during the daytime, a little bit less storage. But what I've started to realise is, if you're clever with the storage, then you don't need as much. And you try, and when you're doing this lifestyle, you're trying to have a minimalist lifestyle anyway, so you shouldn't be trying to give yourself loads and loads of storage in the van. So yeah, so if I was going to do this again, and there'd be a good chance, even though I'm saving up to get a bigger van, there may be a time when I come back down to a smaller van and try this again. And if so, I'll do it differently, and I'll have one that's at the back of the van with a little bit of storage underneath it, and it folds and concertinas out, so it's similar to like a futon bed. So then it folds out, but it gives you loads of room in front of you to do other things. You could have a table and things like that then. So yeah, that's one of the biggest things. Next to me here, excuse the mess, that is just a storage box, which it goes right to the bed. And again, that's just even more storage, just because I put stuff in there that needs to be easier to get to. But it doesn't have to be so big, and I could have done it so that I had a little bit of a gap in between, and I could have done it so that I had a worktop with, like a little sink and things like that. But this was only going to be a temporary van anyway, until I saved up more for a larger van. So that's one thing I would change. If I was going to do this as a more permanent van for a longer period of time, for a few years, then I would change it so that it had it was just like a little kitchen area with some cupboards and that underneath to keep some food and everything and cleaning products. The other thing is, I didn't properly insulate this, and it's not been a massive problem, but it would be a little bit warmer. I wouldn't have to use the heaters and that so much if it was better insulated. I've got some insulation on here, but it's not fully insulated. In my next van, I'm going to be using this Reflectix type stuff, and then in between it I'm going to have this stuff called earth wool, which is like this fairly non-flammable wool material that acts as a really good insulator, and then another load of that Reflectix stuff over the other end to hold it in place. And then I'm going to do wood paneling, and I don't know whether I'm going to keep the wood paneling and just like give it like a nice varnish or something, or whether I'm going to cover that with carpet or not. But that's what I'm going to be doing in my next van, is I will properly insulate the van so that it's got three mounts of insulation, and that'll be all round. That'll be in the roof, the sides, and the floor will just have one lot of Reflectix, then some rubber matting, because I've found out that will also act as an insulation, but it'll also act as a sound dampener as well. So that's what I'm going to do, is get some thin rubber matting that will go right way across the bottom of the van as well. And then I'm not going to have carpet, I'm going to have laminate flooring or wooden flooring, just because it's easier to, you know, sweep it all out and that and keep it tidy and clean and that, and, you know, wipe over any spills, rather than, you know, trying to have a hoover and having to try and charge your hoover and things like that. You know, a brush, dustpan and brush, you know, doesn't need any electric. So that's what I'll be doing there. There's nothing else massively that I would change. I haven't got a solar panel. I've only got the split charge relay, which charges my battery when the battery in the engine compartment is fully charged. It then starts charging my leisure battery. And if I was travelling long distances all the time, then that would probably be enough. But as it's only short distances, sometimes you might not move at all. It starts to eat into only the one battery I've got, and it's hard to get that fully charged all the time with the amount of time that I run the engine, even though I'm running the engine for heat as well. So that's another thing I would change. I would have, and my next one will have, solar panels on the top. I would also, even in a small one like this, probably go up to 2 batteries. I've found even one big battery, I've got 130 amp hours leisure battery, and it just doesn't seem enough. It's enough for lighting and running my sleep apnea machine. Yeah, I've found that the one leisure battery's not enough. Need 2 if you're going to run other things, such as, you know, cooking equipment, or run an inverter that's going to run some 240 volt stuff every now and again. So that's what I'd change. I would have, even in a small thing like this, I would have 2 large batteries, so 230 amp hour ones, giving you 260 amp hours, which would be enough. And I would have the split charge relay and a solar panel on top. Other than that, I think everything's fine. The only, as I've said before, the only big problem with a small van like this is it gets untidy really quickly. But the good thing with it, because it's small, it doesn't take long to tidy it up again, but it just means you're doing that more often. So, but other than that, that's all. So I will get another video out to you fairly soon, but I just wanted to do this quick one, just explaining some, like, things that I would change if I was doing this again from scratch. There's probably some other things I can think of later at some point, so I'll probably do another one. But yeah, thanks very much. Please like, subscribe and comment below. They're all greatly appreciated. And until next time, cheers, goodbye.